Well, Gary, that was desperately disappointing, really, to lose like that today and go out perhaps in that fashion.
Yeah, no complaints, you know. Good luck to Salisbury as far as I'm concerned that there wasn't enough desire, enough hunger about the team collectively over 90 minutes to get a result out of the game, and very disappointing for everybody connected at the football club. And you know, when you're in the last 16 of the FA Trophy and you get an home draw, and you know, you can't really ask for much more than that, but I'm afraid that, you know, the players didn't show the desire what I saw them play against AFC Wimbledon and again the other night, and you can't turn around and pick and choose when you want to turn around and play. And as I said, you don't get them opportunities come along to turn around and find yourself getting in the quarter final of the FA Trophy, which has been a competition which has been very successful for Woking in the past. But I'm afraid I see today that the cup performance was probably very evident on respect to the league position, lack of consistency in respective performances on a regular basis.
And really, the first half seemed to me to set the tone. We had the wind in our favour, and really we never got about them. We didn't really show what we're capable of. We made life very, very easy for them, I thought.
I totally agree. I just think that over the 90 minutes we didn't win enough personal battles, and you know, you can't look to turn around, and I've been here now for 3 games, you can't look to turn around and make excuses for players. They're not good enough. And it's not nice to say that, but on a consistent basis they're not good enough. The league table don't tell lies, and as far as I'm concerned, there's a window now in respect of players. You're going to turn around and see even more about who's got any character and who hasn't. You know, the football club are the same as any other football club and any other business. As far as I'm concerned, it's very, very hard out there financially for everybody. But I think people, and certainly football players, have to have a look at themselves at the moment, because they want to be playing football next season, and finances are very hard everywhere. And if I was a football player, even more so at a young age, I would really want to work really hard, because some players have got families, some players have got mortgages. It's no good turning around and wanting to turn it on in the last 2 or 3 games. It's not a bad budget at the football club. It's not a bad budget at all. With the greatest respect, it might not be the best budget, but the football club have been very fair, as far as I'm concerned, looking at the figures what players are getting, that some overpaid, some underachieved.
Can I just ask you a little bit about your team selection? Because I think on Tuesday night you said that you were resting Ricky and Anne with a view perhaps to playing him today.
Yeah.
Obviously he didn't start. What was the
same with Jerome Meladon. You know, at the end of the day, same with Jerome Meladon. He was rested on Tuesday night, if you remember, not being rude, but he played today. So you know, I was pleased in respect to the second half performance the other night. I thought we defended well when we had to against Farrock. We looked big and strong, and at the end of the day, that was team selection. I don't think that team selection was the problem today in respect to getting beat. I think the team selection at the end of the day was good enough if people wanted it enough. You know, we haven't done enough, and you haven't done enough in respect of over the course of the season to date. You can't turn around and keep making or looking for excuses or thinking players are better than what they are. They are not good enough for a certain amount of players. They've showed that today as far as I'm concerned. It's not a nice thing to say, but you know, our hands are tied to a certain limit, but we've got to go forward. Sooner the better we can. Those players at the end of the day, we think now, between now and the end of the season, will show if they want to be here totally or not. At the present time, I think, in my honest opinion, people are picking money up and not doing it well enough. They've been treated too well. We have to see.
Tuesday night we've got St Albans at home, so perhaps a chance really for the players to make amends and hopefully show you what they can do.
Well, I hope so. I think at the end of the day that's the case, that they've got to show that. They've got to turn around and have a little bit about them. But you know, you can't expect people to keep working at the football club doing things. The players, I'm telling you today, the players have not done enough today. You know, if you can't get up for a last 16 FA Trophy tie at home to get a chance in the last day of the competition, well, it answers the questions. It answers the questions at the end of the day. And You know, you had a very good draw with a great respect to Salisbury, or we had a very good draw with a great respect to Salisbury. Not good enough. Not good enough. The performance was not good enough at the end of the day, and the desire was not good enough. You know, and we've got to do something about it, lively. And at the end of the day, we would now turn around and talk to certain players and be honest with them as soon as possible that if they're not in the plans going forward, they will have the opportunity to turn around and be made available to go out on loan or to have a transfer to another football club, because we can't carry people. We're here with a window going forward, and action has to be taken. Now we're at the FA Trophy, sooner rather than later. You don't turn around and say players have played their last game or this and that, but there's not enough out on that park, I believe, on a consistent basis, given the commitment and the sweat that the football club need and deserve and require if they want to go forward.
So can we expect to perhaps see some new faces at the football club? I know the budget's very, very tight, and it's difficult for you to move players in and out, but really from what you're saying, changes need to take place.
Changes need to be taking place, we all know that, and they've got a situation where there's no secret, I think you know as well as I do, that all players, or near enough every player, is on a contract to the end of the season. But we've got to turn around now and see what people are made of. And I've got my faults, and we're on our reservations, and we'll see what happens. But of course, we'll be working hard now. We have been working hard anyway to get people in for today's game. In respect of, we could have signed 1 or 2 players this week, but they were FA Trophy tied, and that doesn't help, you know. But you know, at the end of the day, the results over the course of the season, with the greatest respect, have not been good enough. And as I say, I don't want this situation or scenario going about that Woking haven't got much of a budget. It's not a bad budget. It's not a bad budget at all. The problem with the budget is, I believe, that certain players are getting more money than what they deserve in respect to their performances, and players are on contract to the end of the season. But at the end of the day, we've got to turn around and get the best out of what we can get the best out of going forward. But I don't want, and I don't agree with this excuse about, and I'll say it's an excuse, that the budget ain't good enough. The budget is a fair budget, which has been at the football club this season, and I'm going back to them lines, as I say earlier in the conversation, that it's very, very easy to say that I'm working for nothing. Ask any of the football players, they want to work for nothing.
Okay, well, thanks for your honesty, Garry.
You know, it's always going to be that. It's always going to be that. But, you know, players have got to turn around now and answer questions, whether they want to be here or they don't. I've got my reservations in respect of they want to play when they want to play, but one thing's for sure, they pick their money up consistently. And that ain't good enough. We've got to have a battling performance, game in, game out. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. But have a little bit about you, and I don't think we had enough about us today.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Garry.
Cheers.